Hey guys, welcome to making a montage, NTI style. Here we go. We're going to start with creating the background. Once you're in Pixlr E, you should see this screen. We're going to go to Create New. We're going to select Thumb 720p. We're going to title this thing NTI Montage, NTI 3.0 Montage. And we are going to set the width at 4096. We're going to set the height at 4096. We are going to click on background, and we're going to create a background by clicking this white pill shape. That gives us a gradient where we can select the color, but in order to see it, you may need to go over these three dots, pull that down. Then we're going to go grab this little circle. Come on now. Come on. There we go. Drag it all the way down to the bottom of that gradient until what you see is a bunch of zeros. That indicates that we are at absolute black. See how that changes? We want all zeros. Create. Now we have a black background. Okay, then you're going to start bringing your images into Pixlr. They're going to open in separate windows, separate from this black background, but we're going to go to File, Open Image, and you can go to the folder. You may have them in your downloads, you may have them in some other folder somewhere, and we're going to open those images. Mine are actually on the desktop under Montage 3.0. Now you can open as many as 5 at a time. So that's what I'm going to do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to open those. We're going to need to set the size. This is a little different on a PC. I'm on a Mac. For a Mac and a Chromebook, it should work like this. You get the pre-resize image screen. And we're going to set it to web. We're going to set the new size of the image to 400. That's automatically going to change the other number to 300 when you just click in that box and you hit apply. That's what we want. Okay, then it's going to ask us to do that for every one of these images that we open. 400 by 300, apply, web, 400 by 300, apply. Just a couple more. Should be the last of the set of 5. Now we can only open 5 at a time because Pixlr will only allow so many windows to be open at a time. So here we go. All our images are now open, and our next goal is to get these individual photos into the background. So we're going to start right here at this last one we opened. We're going to go to Select All, and then we're going to copy it. Edit, Copy. Those of you who know and are comfortable with keyboard shortcuts, you should go for it. I highly recommend a mouse on this. It makes it so much easier. A lot of things you can do with a mouse that you just can't do with the touchscreen. All right, I've copied it. We're going to go back to the background, NTI 3.0 montage, and I'm going to edit, paste. And it will put a little tiny image on the background, and that's what we want. You do not want to stretch or resize that image once it's on the background. The only thing you want to do from here on out is you can rotate it by grabbing the little circle on the outside perimeter, and you can zoom in to see everything more clearly. With a mouse, you just scroll on the scroll wheel, and it'll bring it much closer to you. The other thing you can do if you don't have a mouse is go to View, zoom out or zoom in, or you can use a keyboard shortcut, Control plus or Control minus. The other thing that's really handy is to push and hold the space bar, and that gives you a white gloved hand, and that will just move everything around, not just that individual photo, but that will move the entire background along with all your photos. Okay, so we're going to go back to that image. That's the first one that I just brought in, and I'm going to exit out of that one. I'm going to get rid of it. That way I'll know I've already taken care of it. It's in the montage, and that actually frees up some space so I can open up my next images. So here's the next one in the list. Select all, edit, copy, back to my montage, edit, paste. There it is. I'm just gonna kind of sort of start to arrange these things. Now you can move them individually. As you roll over them, you'll see the little crosshairs come up, and that means you can then grab it and move it around. So this one actually is going to go over here. This one's going to go over here. I'm going to need to do a little bit of that action on it. All right, and then I'm going to go back up here and exit out of that one. Same process for all of these. Select all, edit, copy, back to the montage, edit, paste. Okay, rotate around a little bit. Ooh, now it's getting tricky. Look, there's so much overlap there. And I'm going to correct that later. But you get the basic idea. That's how it unfolds. Okay, now I'm going to pause, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, now I have brought in that first set of 5 images, and so I'm going to go back and grab the rest. File. Nope. File. Open. And I'm going to grab the other ones from my list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open. And it's going to be the same thing. Resize them. 400 by, just click in the other box. It'll be 300. And I'm going to apply that to every one. Okay, I have my new set of images here. It's going to be the same process. Got this one active. I'm going to go to select all, edit, copy, back to the montage, edit, paste. Now, as you can see, I'm way off to the side here. I'm just going to drag it in place, find kind of sort of where it goes, and then go back and close that one out and continue with the process till I get them all pasted into the montage. Okay, now I've got all my images imported into this background, and you can see there's a lot of background. And I'm going to now crop the majority of this black background out. So I go up here to the crop tool, and I'm just going to pull it in to get rid of most of that black. Now you need to leave yourself a little breathing room here. Don't pull that crop right into where it's touching the edge of the prints. You want to have a little background to allow this thing to have some presence. So once I get that, I'm going to hit return, and then I'm going to scroll back in here to take a close look. Now I'm going to spend a little more time arranging these pieces. So I still have some arranging to do on this, and I will do that off camera. But very quickly, as you arrange things, it will become apparent that you will want to move some of these layers forward and others of them backward, depending on what you want to see from each one of the different layers. So for example, let's say I want to move this layer backward. I will click on that layer, and I can do layer, send backward. That's Control 5 to move it backward, or Control 4 to move it forward. Now, sometimes you have to hit it multiple times. I'm on this one and trying to bring it forward. But it's way, way, way on the back. So I'm moving it up one layer at a time, and there it finally came up. All right, so Control 4 and Control 5, or just going up to Layer, bring forward, or move back. All right, now the other thing I want to show you real quick was in putting the white borders on the prints, you will select each one individually. You'll go up to Filter, Filter, Inner Glow, size, well, the color, white, size 10 pixels, feather 50%, opacity 100, and you hit apply. And there you go. Filter, inner glow, apply. Okay, and you can just go through and very quickly put a border on every one of those. Okay, I've got this thing to a point where I'm fairly satisfied with it. So now I'm going to want to File, Save, and we're going to save this as a high quality JPEG. This is just should be the default. Save as. I'm going to save it to my montage folder. Save. Now I know where to find it, so I can put it on the Google slideshow. All right, guys, good luck. Bam.